Welcome to a little taste of this year's festival. With the county town of Hertford at the heart of the festival, we have been bringing some of the world's most renowned musicians to this beautiful and historically rich county since its beginnings in 2016. 2024 is no exception, with stellar performers, original thinkers, and a mission to take music to the people who need it the most. We hope there will truly be something for everyone in this year's festival. We'll be exploring how a sense of dialogue underpins so much in the creation of music, whether in cooperation or in adversity, encountering the meeting of minds and spirit of harmony with acclaimed piano duo Charles Owen and Katia Pekasheva, neuroscientist Ian McGilchrist, the Sacconi Quartet, violinist Lisa Tunner makes a welcome return to the festival, art historian Barry Dodge explores the dividing points in 20th century art, and composer David Matthews tells us about his love for the tango, followed by the real thing from a real live tango ensemble. As the saying goes, it takes two to tango. So what is it that is so captivating about watching two accomplished musicians who seem to become as one when they perform? The power of two, musical and artistic dialogues. That's the theme of this year's festival, and who better to explore this with than duo pianists Katia Pekasheva and Charles Owen. They perform on two pianos, sometimes in fierce musical swordplay, and sometimes with uncanny unity, and they've been performing around the world, stunning audiences with their artistry and virtuosity.
I'm violinist Lisa Tunner, and I'm really excited to be returning to this year's Hertfordshire Festival of Music for a recital on June the 12th. I'm going to be performing the beautiful Beethoven Spring Sonata alongside some of my favourite works, one being the Lark Ascending and another new sonata by festival director James Francis Brown. I can't wait for you to hear this sonata. It is honestly amazing, and I'm really looking forward to returning to this year's festival after another successful festival last year. Last year I gave the world premiere of another violin sonata by another composer who is actually this year's featured composer, Tom Randall, and I can't wait to see and hear what he's going to bring to this year's festival. And I also gave a pre-concert talk last year on synesthesia. And I think it was one of the things that really showcased how unique and exciting and varied this festival is in its approach to connecting audiences, performers, artists and composers. So I hope that you will join us on June the 12th, and I'm really looking forward to another hopefully exciting festival. See you there.
The Sacconi Quartet are rightly regarded as one of the most important young string quartets working in the UK today. Our featured living composer, Tom Randall, manages to be a busy opera star and a composer in demand. A double act indeed.
Hello, my name is Tom Randall, and I am very honored to have been asked by Festival Director James Francis Brown to be this summer's featured living composer in residence for the Hertfordshire Festival of Music. I'm very excited that my music will find a place amongst such intelligent and thoughtful programming, which, as you already know, is a hallmark of the festival. Not only am I looking forward to the world premiere of my own clarinet sonata, but also to discussing all things music with James, and especially meeting you, the audience, and sharing in the very special delights that the festival has to offer. See you there.
As part of our Music and Mind Wellbeing programme, I'll be interviewing one of today's most influential thinkers, Ian McGilchrist, where we discuss how music lives in the two hemispheres of our brains.
How do we experience the world? How do we make sense of it, measure it, construct it, and understand our position in it? A controversial scientist, Ian McGilchrist, has developed a radical theory about how our brain interprets the world. McGilchrist claims that the left hemisphere of the brain is gradually colonizing our experience of the world with potentially disastrous implications.
A way of thinking which is reductive, mechanistic, has taken us over. We behave like people who had right hemisphere damage. It's made us enormously powerful. It's enabled us to become wealthy. But it's also meant that we've lost the means to understand the world.
His revolutionary theory has attracted prominent supporters worldwide, comparing him to Freud and Darwin.
I think The Master of the Hemisphere was possibly one of the most important books I read.
With a few exceptions, it is the right hemisphere that enables us to understand music, especially melody and harmony. The left hemisphere has a sense of basic rhythm, but even there, syncopations and complex rhythms are better understood by the right hemisphere. It's also an interesting point that music is the perfect example of something that is not better understood by reducing it to its parts. Its parts are simply single tones, and single tones mean nothing, whereas a great piece of music can mean everything. How does that happen? It's of course because of the relationships between the parts that make up the entirety of the meaning of music.
The meaning of music. How beautifully put. That's what we hope you will discover at the 2024 Hertfordshire Festival of Music, and we look forward to seeing you there.